Alrighty, so Boonboomger episode 3. The delivery driver won't stop, or the driver won't stop, the episode is called. So I don't know how I'm going to stretch this video out to 5 to 8 minutes to talk about it, because this episode, it wasn't very plot heavy, it wasn't very character focused. It was mostly hijinks ensue with some funny gags in there. But I feel like the events that played in this episode is definitely going to be leading into next week's episode, as we're getting closer and closer to forming the team together. So I thought this would be sort of like a King Oja situation, or a Don Brothers situation, or hell, even like a Zenkaiger situation, where each week in the first couple of episodes we're going to build towards the team getting formed in the episode. But no, we've still got our main trio that we're following, being Pink, Red, and Blue, and the whole premise of this episode is Mira trying to deliver a package to an old lady because the grandson doesn't want to do it. So she says, hey, I'm a delivery driver, I'll help you deliver this package. So in this episode, Mira wants to use the Boon Classic car, but Taya says no, you've got to earn using the cars, so she gets given a bicycle. But one thing I want to point out is, in the episode, when they're sort of telling the backstory where Mira wants to go on the delivery and use the Boom Classic, you see sort of like these rims in the background, these car rims, spinners, whatever you Americans call them. But with the tire rims, you can see that around them, they've got these special names from Turbo, Car Range, and Goonja. And what's really cool about those car rims is in the middle, they've got the emblem of each of the series, but not only that, extra attention to detail, they've got the name of the Super Sentai series, but not only that, the date that they aired in. And whoever did that cameo, mwah, chef's kiss. That was like really cool. That is like blink and you miss it, but when I caught it, I paused it, I zoomed in, and I just had to, I might have to make a YouTube short about that or something like that, because that is a really cool cameo, and props to the attention to detail by having like the previous vehicle Sentais sort of mounted on the wall and being a little cameo there. Like, the extra attention to detail with the dates when they first premiered, that's what popped me as well. And then someone also said on Twitter saying, hey, if you zoom in, you can see their emblems as well. Which you can see the Goonja emblem and the Car Ranger emblem on there, which is really freaking cool. So props to whoever did that on the department team. That is a really cool piece of detail that they did. Now, like I said, a lot of hijinks ensue with this episode where Mira is trying to deliver the package to the correct location, and there's this joke that they do several times in the episode, like 2 or 3 times, like rules of 2, rules of 3, but it got a laugh out of me every time they did it. So the monster of the week is fighting Blue and Red in the episode, and there's this moment where she's just casually sort of like driving by on the bicycle. First time she does it, she's like, I'm off to do the delivery. Second time she goes, oh, I went the wrong way. Third time she comes around and it's like, oh, I need directions, so I need to figure out how I'm going to get there. And then there's this scene where it looks like she's going to jump in and help the others, like she does the whole henshin, the transformation pose, but then she just gives the other a thumbs up and she continues on with the delivery, which definitely got a laugh out of me, I will say that. But what's also really fascinating about Mira's outfit this week is she's not wearing like the pink sweater she's usually been wearing. She's wearing like a yellow sweater, but not only that, she's also like wearing a pink helmet, so she's not wearing the usual color-coded like clothing that she usually wears, which is kind of interesting to me, because, you know, in Sentai, Power Rangers, they always wear their colored clothing from time to time, more than Power Rangers and Super Sentai here and there. But no, it was like the same sweater, but it was yellow, so I don't know, maybe her pink sweater was lost in the wash, I don't know, but that was really cool attention to detail. Now, once again, we do have Joe Excel, the future Black Ranger, getting involved in this episode, the bumbling police officer, the Bar Brady, as I've called him, because, you know, he always finds a way to get himself involved in these monster situations whenever the Boonboomgers show up. And he tries his best to help, he tries his gosh darnest to help, but in the end, he's just a bumbling police officer who gave this man a gun. I will question that, because he wasn't the best at firing it. You can see his fingers trembling, and he hadn't had the best aim. He's firing it up in the air, so he's not the best shotsman. So yeah, there's that. But whenever the Boonboomgers are involved, you do have Joe showing up, and we know that he's going to be the next, the Black Ranger that's going to show up on the show, so it's cool that they're slowly building towards him joining the team in the episode with that going on. So I get the feeling probably by next week or maybe the week after is when we'll actually get to see him transform later down the line, so that will be cool to see. Now, there was another really funny gag at the end of the episode when the Boom Classic does show up with its cannon to blast the monster of the week, where Taya congratulates Mira on being the distraction, and Mira's like, "What do you mean by the decoy?" And they both look at her very confused. They're all very confused by the situation. Again, the comedy in this show is really freaking good. I will say that, like, the jokes don't miss, and it does have some really good comedy in this show. So they transform with the mech, they defeat the monster of the week, and at the end of the episode you have Joe returning back to the police station, and he's greeted by a mysterious police officer, detective lady. I can't remember her name. Her name's out there. I think it's Sabaya? Sorry if I butchered her name, because I haven't said her name a lot. I know her name is listed on the wiki and through the casting details, but I feel like I haven't heard it enough for me to get it right. So I get the feeling that she's going to be sort of like the person, the Zenigata of the Boonboomgers, where she's going to be chasing them down and trying to get some information on them and trying to arrest them, because whenever there's trouble there's always the Boonboomgers showing up, so she's probably going to try arresting them. And it looks like she's getting more involved in next week's episode, because we did see her at the end of this week's episode preview for like last week's, and I thought that's when we'd get introduced to her a little bit more, but she shows up at the end of the episode. But there's also been a lot of speculation that she might be Boon Violet later down the line. We're not entirely sure. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it looks like this lady probably will be the Zenigata of the show, where she wants to arrest the Boonboomgers and sort of bring them to justice, because, you know, whenever there's trouble, there's Boonboomgers. But overall, this was a really fun episode of Boonboomger. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see where the show is going to go next. And I'm definitely going to keep watching it. I'm definitely going to keep reviewing it. So, what did you guys think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. With that said, I'm out of here. Have a wonderful day or night, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Take care. Bye.